How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day. Of another day that we call Friday. Anybody been saying what's going to be for everybody's doing everything as far as being safe on this weekend, as far as in case you want to hang out, have a good time, just be real safe, you know, when it comes down to it and stuff. You know, I was in the house and everything, and I was thinking of something in reference to, you know, we're losing a lot of people and stuff. And if you remember, like last night when I did the video in reference to the girl getting jumped on and stuff on the streets. Now I'm going to share something with you. I know if I shared this with you before, but in case I haven't, I'm going to share with you now. Now before I became in Oopala land, I have a best friend, like my best friend. We always hung out everywhere. We always was together. We wasn't sexual partners. We was just like real best friends. If you're a person who has like no brothers and sisters like me, you know, I had a little brother, but he was 4 years old. He died and stuff. That's another story. And I had my first. He was like my best friend. You know what I mean? Like he was my gay best friend, but he was my best friend. So it was like no secrets and stuff. And he would like, you know, when hang out, we would hang out and go all over, hang out and stuff. And everybody would be like, y'all messing around, y'all messing around. We was like, no, we're just really good friends. And we wasn't messing around. We was just like he was just my best friend and stuff. He actually was the one who introduced me on how to do weave and stuff. You know, because I didn't know how to, I had wanted to get my hair done, and I had thought that, you know, I had to go get it sewed. And he was like, no, bitch, all you need to do is get some glue and glue it in your head. And I said, you know, I want hair bad enough, but I don't want to glue it in. He says, no, bitch, it's called hair bonding glue and stuff. I was like, I don't know what that is. So he took me downtown Newark and everything. He's actually the one who started it, you know. He took me downtown Newark and stuff. He showed me, he bought the hair, he bought the glue. He said, now sit home in the mirror and do. I said, Candy, so listen. Bitch, sit in front of the mirror, put one mirror in front of you, one mirror behind you, and do it. He said, you have nothing to do, so go ahead and do it. And this is before Oopala land. So I went inside the mirror and stuff like that, and I, you know, I did what he told me to do, and I glued in my hair. And we met up later on. So he was like, you did your hair? I said, yeah. So I met up with him. We met up later on and stuff. We got to the kind of thing. And he was like, oh my God, bitch. I didn't think you could do it this good. He said, I knew you had skill, but I didn't know you could do it this good. He said, I can't tell. He kept putting the light on me and stuff to call like, he's like, I can't believe this. You know, he just started freaking out. He said, I can't believe this. You did such a good job. Anyway. So we was hanging out and stuff like that. Always hanging out. It's like my best friend. We always got drunk. We always hang out and have a good time and stuff. And then his friends started telling him that was gay and lesbians and stuff started telling him that he needed to watch me because I was turning trans on him. And I wasn't. At that time I really wasn't. And he was like, they was like, you need to watch, and at that time you need to watch Raven, you know, because Raven is about to become trans. We didn't say trans then, we said a girl. Raven's about to become a woman. Raven's about to become a woman right before your very eyes. So the thing about it is that I was like, no, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So he pulled me, you know, he's like, you know, I'm hanging with you and everything, and everybody keeps trying to warn me about you, you know, you about to become, you know, a woman or something. But I said, no, I'm not trying to become a woman. And it's so funny because he's the one who told me about the hair. He was the one who used to wear the pencil on his eyebrows. He's the one with the pencil. He used to teach you about the pencil. But he was like gay, you know what I mean? He wasn't flamboyant gay, but like, you ever see guys who are gay, like they put the makeup on, but you can't really tell. Like you could, I wouldn't know. If they didn't tell you, wouldn't know. Because they got some guys out here that can put makeup on and you would never even know they got makeup on and the eyebrow pencil and, you know, he would put it on everything and that you would never really know. And I would put a little bit of me on, but you would never really. As far as foundation, I don't think, well, I knew I didn't go that far. I don't think he went that far and stuff. So anyway, so we was hanging out and everything. He was like, everybody keep warning me about you, me about you. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not what I want to do. So the thing about it is, he said, I'm going to show you something. So he showed me a book. And inside of this book, he had all his ex-lovers. And all his ex-lovers was in the casket. I was like, why are you walking around with a book with all your exes in the casket? He was like, oh, they died. They died from AIDS. They got the kitty. They dead. They dead. And so I was like, well, don't worry about it. I said, as long as you don't have it, don't worry about it. He's like, no, I think I got it. I got to have it. He said, everybody knows, you know, they're dead. They got it. I said, you don't have it. Trust me, I have it. So anyway, so he started screaming and crying and stuff like that. You know, I was like, no, you're fine. So we hang out. So then we went, something went on TV about a girl that was trans. And I don't know what happened, but it was a trans woman on TV. And we happened to be watching, I think it was Inside Edition on the news. And basically, it was something that kicked off in East Orange. I don't know if I probably could look it up and see where it happened at, but the trans woman up there and everything, she got her throat slashed, and it was like a gay couple that was together. And I think it was a gay couple. No, it was a gay couple, trans and her. But basically, they had a baby with them, and I want to converse in these stories together because I may be conversing two together. But anyway, so anyway, I'm not sure, so I'm not conversing because I do so many stories. I be conversing this and something down. So she's on the news and everything. She's talking about how she's with a boyfriend and stuff like that. And he slashed her throat. And she's talking the story, and he saw her. He was like, oh my God, she looks like you. She looks like you. She looks like you. I was like, fuck you. He was like, she do. Oh my God, you turned into this trans. I said, no, I'm not. Now it's funny because, you know, once he told me about the glue, I had bought the shorty and then all of a sudden, you know, listen, if you're going to get glue, you got to have hair. You might as well get the longest hair. So I was like, if it's going to be fake, you might as well make it really fake. So I can feel way down in here and stuff. It was the Jerry curl. But it was like the wavy hair, not straight, but it was like wavy and stuff. You know, if your hair really grows long as far as being black, you know, have that wavy curly hair, like that. So, we started hanging out, stuff like that, and people kept wanting him to get away from me, get away from me, and get away from me. And then after a while, he didn't want to be around me anymore. So, I was like, I went to him, I was like, what's going on? Like, you're not answering my calls, you know, like out the blue, what's going on? He was like, no. He used to, and it's funny because he pointed out everybody who was talking about, and to this day now, they don't even know that I know everything that they said about me that was that. Like, I still show them love, you know, but I know what they said about me and stuff. So, he met this guy and stuff, and this guy he was messing with and stuff called me on the phone. He told me that I called my brother. He said, your brother is talking about you like a dog. Your brother's talking about getting rid of you. And I was like, no, why would he want to get rid of me? So anyway, long story short, he got rid of me. And I wrote him a letter, and I was telling him, you know, you're my best friend. I really don't want you to leave me. You're the only family that I have. I don't want you to let me go. You know, whatever I have to do, you know, to basically so we can stay friends, you know, I want to leave me. So he got the letter, he read everything, he just tossed it aside and basically got rid of me. So he wasn't taking my calls. He wasn't coming around. He just let me go. So anyway, so that was before Upalala, and I still didn't transition back then at that time either, you know, because I really wasn't there. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I ended up transitioning like years later. But when I transitioned, okay, this is what happened. I got a phone call from him, and I was pissed off. I didn't want to hear from him. He was like, it's something I gotta tell you. I was like, yo, I don't even want to hear it. Like, I hung up because I was like, I've been trying to contact you. I've been calling you. I've been knocking on your door. You refuse to answer. You know, and then after you, I think it was like around almost like half a year, or maybe even almost a year, he contacted me and stuff, and I was like, you know, I was hurt, as they say now, 2017. I was in my feelings. So, I know you're not talking about me. Come here, bitch. Ain't no way in the hell. Is your clothes on right? Fix some titties, bitch. With your flat ass. So I was in my feelings like this and now. So the thing is, he called me to let me know something, which I never got the message. And then when I was at work, because around that time I think I had to transition. But I wasn't full-time, which is dressing up. I wasn't full-time, but I'm not even going to tell you how I even got to that part. because I know someone is watching and I really want to share that story with this woman that happened. But anyway, so the thing about it is, he called me up, and then I was at work, and when I was at work working in New York City at the bar, I asked somebody had they seen him, and it's like, he died. He had died like 2 weeks ago when I had found out the information and stuff, and I was like, well, you know, how did he die? You know, because it didn't make sense to me. Like, how could he be dead? You know, and it was sad because even on our last days, you know, when he tried to call me and stuff, I guess he was trying to call me to tell me goodbye. I don't know. But I was so hurt because I couldn't believe he got rid of me. And I begged him and I wrote him letters and everything. And I was like, please, you know, just don't do this. And he did it. So he did it anyway. And one thing about me, you already know I have parent issues as far as them getting rid of me. And then my best friend gets rid of me. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more. My thing is this. If you got rid of me, stay rid of me. Don't come back and stuff. Because if you get rid of me once, you know you could do it again. So anyway, so he told me that. So this is how the story takes a twist. So this is what happened. So all of a sudden now, you know, I start posting up pictures and stuff of me like this at Oopala Land and stuff like that. And, you know, as I'm doing this stuff, this guy hits me up online. And I was like, oh my God, you look like my best friend. He was like, who's your best friend? I told him my best friend was. I guess I couldn't tell you who he is, right? He's like, that's my brother. That was my brother. I said, that was your brother? And I remember when he used to talk about his brother, he used to talk about his brother. And I knew he didn't like his brother and stuff like that. He used to sit in the car and stuff. He used to talk about his brother all the time, saying he couldn't stand him. You know, he wanted him to die, you know, all this stuff like that. And I used to tell him, I said, why do you talk like that? You know, you should be glad that you even have a brother, because, you know. But I would let him just ramble on. I always figured it was like some type of civil, you know, civil rivalry and stuff like that, because family is family, and they get into it and stuff. And, you know, due to the fact that I really didn't have a brother and sister, so I watch what people say they go through, and his brother and sister, they fight and stuff. So I just always figured that's what it was. I checked it as far as being that. So anyway, he was like, that's my brother and stuff like that. And I said, wow. I said, you know, your brother didn't like. He said, yeah, I know. I heard he couldn't stand me. He hated me. He said he never showed me, you know, that he hated me and stuff. And I was like, wow. He said everybody kept telling me and stuff at his funeral. And so I was like, well, what happened for him? And what happened to him? You know, because I wanted to find the information. He said that his brother had pneumonia. You already know. So he said he had a touch of pneumonia. He said his brother had AIDS. His brother was, you know, dying and stuff, died from that. And, you know, it was a lot that he went through and stuff. He said that he just died and stuff, and, you know, a touch of pneumonia and stuff like that. He said, I said, is it true? He said, yeah, that's what they said. So, you know, the thing is, I always wondered about that phone call. Like, did he know he was leaving? Like, did he know he was dying? And was he calling me to tell me goodbye? And, you know, I was so mad because I couldn't believe he got rid of me that I didn't take the call and stuff. And, you know, I don't know. I always ask, you know, did I ever regret not getting that phone call? And be honest, no, I don't regret it. And the reason why I don't regret it is because you got rid of me, you know what I mean? And to me, that was such a big scar to be thrown away like garbage. And I wish he wasn't passed away. I wish he didn't pass away. I wish it didn't happen, but, you know, it happened, and, you know, it's so messed up, though, because we were so close. But they'll get back to his brother. So his brother told me like this. His brother said, so what's up with you, you know? I really, you know, I'm feeling you. I said, well, you know what I am. And I told him, he's like, you ever been one? He was like, no. Never mind you. He lived 3 blocks from my house over here now. So I'm like, okay, so I want to come see you. I was like, and it's funny because every time I looked at his face, he looked just like his brother. So I'm like, it just felt so weird because I was like I just couldn't see myself going. But still in my mind, my best friend's brother, I couldn't see me having sex. It would have been more like, it felt more like I was having sex with my best friend, you know what I mean? It felt really awkward. And he was like, well, I'm not my brother, you know, I said, well, he said, well, I never saw you around my brother. I said, yeah, I said, well, I didn't quite look like Oopala, you know. I said, but, you know, he explained him a lot of different things, stuff like that, but his whole thing was, can I see you? I want to see you. I was like, wow, this is so weird. So all this time your brother was gay. He felt as though you didn't accept him for what he wasn't here. At the end of the day, y'all had more in common than you realized and stuff, and y'all never could share that story with each other because of the secret y'all shared. And here at the end of the day, his brother has passed on, and here it is, he wants to enter into my life and mess around with me, and of course I didn't. And I know exactly where you live at too. It's so weird because I could go knock on his door. It's not funny, but I could knock on his door like, hey, what's up, it's me. Like, who the fuck is you? You know, but it is what it is, and you know, I don't know. Anyway, I just want to share this here with you. Now, the reason I wanted to share this here with you is because these were the people that was from the gay community that was telling him to get rid of me. Here it is, our own people shooting me down. And the thing about it with me, I'm like this. If you're a friend, you're a friend. And for you to take someone else's side to basically get rid of me, and you know we was really good friends, and you do it, it makes me question how much of a friend I am to you. Because I knew how much your friend you was to me. Like, you meant everything to me, and for you to just throw me away, even with someone. And the thing about it was that I fist fought guys that messed with him, and I was on the street fist fighting guys who ever disrespected him. He's bigger than me, you know. But it's just amazing now. It's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway, I just thought it was kind of weird and stuff to share with you on a Friday. So I guess my message to you is make sure your friends are really your friends, because when it all comes down to when people go against you and talking bad about you, will your friend have your back? Will your friend have your back and not deceive you? Knowing that you teach them different things as far as being a friend and say, well, that's my friend. I don't care what y'all say. I'm thinking about my friend. You know, because I have my friend, which you see on Instagram, stuff like that. People be trying to go against, say mean things about him and stuff like that. And my boyfriend, but, you know, I talk to him about this stuff. We compare notes. We know what people talk about us. And, you know, it's sad, but it seems like people always trying to destroy people's friendships and stuff. It's like they're just jealous. I don't get it, but anyway, I just want to share this with you on a Friday, and hope you have a safe weekend, and make sure your friends are really your friends, because if a shit ever jump off, make sure that person got your back and stuff like that. Anyway, with that being said, I love how you feel about this. I want to know, do you think your friends are really your friends? Anyway, with that being said, I want to let you know that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Test 3.